guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Lauren and today we are going to be making some delicious carrot cake cupcakes just in time for Easter. Now this recipe is probably one of the easiest recipes I know. It is literally a wet and a dry and you bang them together and it is so simple. So first and foremost, obviously all of the description contains all of the quantities of the ingredients we're going to use today. But first of all, we are going to start with our dry ingredients. So we have our flour that we're going to add to a bowl. We have our baking powder, our baking soda, and our salt. We'll add those in, as well as our spices. Now today we have our nutmeg, our cinnamon, and our ground ginger. So we'll pop those in and then give that a nice wee mix through so that all of those dry ingredients are combined like so. And then we're going to set that aside and get all of our wet ingredients. Okay, so for our wet ingredients, we have our oil that we're going to add into a bowl. We have a teaspoon of vanilla. So I'm using the Halila vanilla here, just because it is personally, I think, the best one to use. So we're going to use a teaspoon of that. In that goes. Oh, as well as the spoon. Ah. All right, let's fish that out. That's great, isn't it? All right, we'll fish that out because we don't want the whole measuring spoon in there. And also, before I forget, which I have already forgotten, we need to preheat our oven. So we're going to preheat our oven to 175 degrees Celsius fan forced. Cool. Now that that is preheating, we can carry on with our wet ingredients. So we've got our oil, we've got our vanilla. We've also got some yogurt here that we're going to add. Now this just helps make the carrot cake cupcakes really lovely and moist, which is exactly what we want. Because everybody loves a moist cupcake. We don't want no dry cupcake. We are also going to add 2 eggs. Like so, as well as some brown sugar. And then, before we add our carrots in, we're just going to mix this so that it is all thoroughly combined, because once we add the carrots, it gets quite dry, quite thick and gloopy, and all the carrots get stuck in the whisk. So we'll just whisk this until this is all thoroughly combined. Now, one thing to note with this recipe is that the carrot cake mixture is actually quite runny. Don't be alarmed. That's totally normal and fine. So now that that is all combined and you can see it's all lovely and delicious looking, we're going to add our grated carrot. So I grated this not long ago. I really would recommend freshly grated carrot rather than using store-bought pre-grated carrot because it's really dry. You want to keep that moisture in there. So we'll give that a nice wee mix until all of that is thoroughly coated. And then last but not least, now this is sort of somewhat controversial, nuts. Some people like them in their carrot cake cupcake, some people don't. Now this option is totally optional. So I have here 3/4 of a cup of walnuts. You could also change these to pecans. You could also change these to sultanas or raisins. It's totally up to you. It won't hinder the recipe or alter the recipe in any way. So whether or not you choose to add them, that's totally up to you. So we'll mix that thoroughly through. Like so, and then it is time to bring back our dry ingredients. And this is what I mean. Honestly, it's the easiest recipe ever. It's just you bung the two together. So that is essentially what we're going to do. So we'll just pour in our wet ingredients into our dry. And then we'll give this a nice good stir. Be careful not to overwork the batter. But we'll give it a nice wee mix until it is thoroughly incorporated. I can smell the cinnamon and the nutmeg already. Like the spices smell amazing. So we'll give that a nice wee mix until it's thoroughly incorporated, which basically is just like that. And then we can bring in our baking cupcake tray, sorry. Now I have lined these already with cupcake cases. And you want to we roughly want to fill these cupcake cases to 3/4 full. That allows a good amount of level for the cupcakes to rise, but also not overflow. Grab my spoons. Now I'm actually going to pour my cupcake batter into a jug just because it is quite runny. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place today. And I don't want to make a mess. So I'm just going to pour all of my batter in here. You can use a ice cream scoop as well, which may have been easier, to be very honest. So I'm just going to I'm just going to pour my batter into my 12 cupcake cases. Again, 3/4 full, no more, just allowing for the cupcakes to rise. Like so. Time to bake them. So we're going to pop them into the oven at a preheated temperature of 175 for roughly 21 to 23 minutes until they're lovely and springy to touch and they bounce back as usual. That is exactly how we like our cupcakes. So we shall see you soon. All right, guys, welcome back. Our lovely carrot cake cupcakes have come out of the oven and honestly, they smell bloody delicious. They're lovely and soft and squishy, which is exactly what we want. They smell incredible. So obviously, cupcakes aren't cupcakes unless they have some sort of icing on top. Now, I have chosen a delicious cream cheese icing, which I actually made in a video not long ago. So I'll pop that up in the corner or in the description box below so you can see how to make that. Now, I've got my beautiful cream cheese icing in a lovely piping bag with a round tip nozzle, which is exactly what I'm choosing to do for this type of decoration. You can obviously choose whatever piping nozzle you want and however you would like to decorate them. And then finally, for last little decoration, I've just got some chopped walnuts here, about 1/4 cup that I'm just going to sprinkle on top. Again, if you've chosen to not put walnuts in your cupcake batter, you don't by any means need to put them on the top. So what I'm going to do here is do a lovely blob decoration on the top. So yeah, let's go. All right, so now that they are all lovely and decorated, I'm just going to sprinkle some lovely chopped walnuts on the very top and call it a day. Alrighty guys, there you go. You have our delicious carrot cake cupcakes. Now, I really hope you enjoyed that recipe. Now, by no means least, I think it's time to try these delicious cupcakes, and I'm honestly so excited. I just love cream cheese icing with carrot. I love cream cheese icing with anything, but I love carrot cake. So you've got a lovely, moist, delicious sponge there that looks lovely and delicious. And it smells so good. So let's try. Oh my God. That is so, so bloody delicious. The cake is so beautifully spiced. It feels really warm. It feels like a hug inside. You've got the little crunch of the walnuts in there as well from that sponge. And then the cream cheese icing is so fresh and so tart that it makes it work. It is honestly one of the most delicious cupcakes I think I've tried. Yum! I can't wait to finish it. Okay, guys. Well, thank you again for watching this week's recipe. I hope you liked. Please feel free to tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Obviously, appreciate the positive comments because we want to create a lovely baking community, not a negative one. But anyway, guys, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, enjoy your week, and we shall see you next week. Bye, guys.